Well guys, welcome back to the channel. Today something totally different. I gotta fix my shop chair here before I go over backwards and split my head open on the concrete here. But yeah, on the right side here, the handles, so the whole thing is just weebling and wobbling now, so it just wants to tilt back and forth. So I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to see what I can do, but it's got metal in behind here. And yeah, it's definitely kind of crunchy in there, but obviously the metal framework broke apart. So yeah, I'll get set up here and I'll take these just two screws on each side and I'll pull the backrest. The backrest seems to be fine. It just this one corner seems to be worse. Then I'll have to see if I can pull the staples out of the base there, and if it's a metal bracket or reinforced or whatever, I just don't want to. Otherwise, the chair is somewhat comfortable. So, okay, we're going to kind of get after it here and see what we can do with it. Okay, we're going to see if we can't get this thing tore apart here. Just pull these little plugs out of each side here. Set this back in my chair here. And this is the one that's giving me issues. I'm going to see if you guys can actually see that. Okay, kind of keep it in the frame here. Okay, apparently that's not the right size. Let's try this one. There we go. Well, at least on the upside, the bolt's coming out. I better take the other side off while I'm at it here. See if I can just get the whole backrest off all in one shot here. Okay, that works. There we go. A little bit of flex in there, but not so much front to back. I think I'll just try tightening those up a little. That's the problem. The thing is probably good 20 years old, 15 to 20 years old anyway, so. Yeah, probably you guys are going to need myself a new chair here soon anyway, so. Yeah, I got one. It's kind of a cloth one in the house yet, an old one, but. Let's set this on the floor here. And this part here looks like it's all busted out. Well, I guess I'll just see what I could do with it. Okay. I guess I'll throw the bolts all in the same pile there because they're different sizes, two different sizes, so we're good that way. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to pull the staples off in the bottom and pull the actual seat cover off of here too. There we go. Yeah, there. Yeah, I'm thinking even these here wheels are getting a little... Yeah, I just like this here chair sitting here because I can kind of sit back and relax. And however, while I'm in here, I gotta see what's going on with this thing here. I'm just kind of wondering if... Yeah, it doesn't want to... The air ride doesn't go up and down anymore, but whatever. Well, let's have a look-see under here. I want to see what's all busted out. I don't need all this here fancy display stuff. Tell you, it's all got the new material. Well, we'll see what we could do with this here anyway. Pull all these staples out of here. Yeah, it's funny, they don't make decent office chairs anymore. But yeah, I just like the fact I could just lean back in it. But it's not long left for this world anyway. It'll be pretty short-lived. I don't know if I want to take this thing all apart all the way around. I just want to at least expose the metal part, but I guess I probably will have to. Well, we'll see. See whether I could even do anything with it. And I guess if I can't do anything with it, well, I guess there won't be a video on it. And I'll have to figure out something else. Yeah, I would have had a good video the other day. I didn't even think of it, but our stove kind of crapped the bed there. All of a sudden, the oven didn't want to work anymore. and we had a brand new element for it, a replacement, because the last time we bought elements for it, it's the older style range stove, so we just assumed that it's gonna just, the element burned out again, so, because it wasn't coming on, so took it apart, and so did that part, and changed the element, and nope, still didn't work. So start kind of looking into it a little further, and so I dug out the old tester, and all of a sudden had no juice coming to the wires. And then it turned out where the fuse holder was, there's a wire that was all kind of burnt and corroded, so I just, there was lots of wire left there, so I just basically trimmed it off, put a new connector on there, and then it went to the last, for some strange reason, which we don't understand why, but the old, because we replaced that element once before, and you know, just never got around to throwing the element in the garbage. But because normally they kind of get a big blister on them when they crap out, but that one didn't really have a blister on it like normal. So that's fine. So kind of got looking at it, and here the wire to the fuse holder was actually corroded, and so I put that new terminal on there, and it works fine now. They even tested the old one that originally burned out, and then the last one. So yeah, they all work now, so I just thought it was just kind of weird. It had to go through all that trouble. Oh, you really got these things stapled in here. But yeah, I'm just kind of happy with our stove there, that it's actually an older style, like it's probably, no. We've had it for, well, it's actually one of the free ones I got on the Kijiji free site. And because our old stove, it crapped out altogether, and because that one was probably about 40 years old. But yeah, this here one was only about, when we got it, it was probably about 10 years old, not even. Yeah, dragged the thing home. They were just, wasn't the right color that they wanted, so you know, the people were just giving it away. So, well, that was kind of worked out good in our favor. That's kind of interesting. I guess I'll just dig into this some more. It looks like just need to put a longer bolt in there with a big washer, because it, I don't know if you guys can actually see that or not. Here, I'll just kind of take you off the stand here for a second here. Come on, let go. There we go. Yeah, I thought the metal framework was broken, but yeah, you can see right here, it's got a bolt on the backside, but this little insert, it just chewed its way, like a beaver got in there, chewed its way through. So I'll get some of this cover pulled back. I guess I don't have to weld it. I just need to figure out, put a bolt and a washer in there or whatever. You know, the bolt sticks out the bottom, no big deal. Okay, well, okay, I'm going to finish pulling these staples out here. I'll bring it back when I get it opened up a little bit better. Okay, I got this just a little stud in there with a little bolt in there. Let's take it out here. There, just basically just a little bolt, and it just comes in the backside. That thing we just sort of pushed into the plywood, and that's pretty much all it wrote. And but yeah, so they just had that hole, and yeah, the angry beaver just kind of got in there. So I'm just gonna take a 1/4 inch bolt and some washers, and this one seems to be okay yet. I'll leave it alone for now. Here's this back one. Yeah, it kind of, it wiggles, but I can't, it's squashed in as far as it'll go. So, but all this, when you're leaning back, it's always pulling on this here one. So, yeah, I'll just put some washers and I'll staple this thing back together, and 2 or 3 staples will be good for another few years anyway. As I said, there's no point throwing it out if it's not totally broken. I thought I had maybe just had a metal framework in it, which it does, and the way it was crunching, I thought it was maybe the metal was broken, but no, it just that little stud pulled out of the hole there, and just like a little angry beaver got in there. Just real crappy, probably just cheap plywood, you know, just the way it just chewed away at it. Probably wasn't a very good fit to begin with. But yeah, even the way they're formed, and you know, they're steamed or whatever, so that probably weakens it to begin with. But anyways, I gotta go find myself a bolt and some washers, and we'll be back here in a bit. Hey, got myself a bolt and some washers, just a 1/4 inch bolt, and cut off a little chunk of, or just actually just drill a hole, just a little hunk of piece of scrap metal anyway. But okay, I'll see how this is going to work here. Yeah, it should be fine, just that portion on there. So now I'll just stick that on there, and stuff that on there. I think maybe I'll just put a little washer on here just to be on the safe side. Probably don't need it. Okay. Yeah, probably tilt his handle armrest in just a little bit like this, so. There. Good and solid now. So I guess all that's left to do now is just, I guess I don't need all these picks anymore and screwdrivers. I'll get them out of my way, but I will need the wrenches and whatnot. But yeah, let's get this thing flipped back over here, and come on. Yeah, upholstery is not one of my better things to be doing, but I guess if I can do it. I've had a few seats apart and whatnot, but okay, well, let's see how this here works. Just kind of Gotta remember, I can't staple into that metal plate now. Gotta keep that in mind, I guess, right? Where is it? There it is. Yeah. Apparently I got a little tighter fit than I had to start with. That's okay. You know, it's hard to find a decent stapler. I got one of these here, and it's not the greatest. And mind you, I probably wore the stupid thing out anyway. Just so I'm putting all the sheeting on the. I gotta pull the rest of this staple out, otherwise I'm gonna be hooking my finger on it. My fingers are on there. Well, it definitely doesn't like stapling into place. Yeah, it doesn't seem to like it. Put some shorter staples in there, maybe. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let's see if I can get this. Here, just kind of poke a hole for my bolt to stick through. Well, there we go. Hopefully it holds for another how many years to go yet. Throw a couple more. Probably a little overkill on the staples here, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, so that part is kind of sort of done now. I guess, okay, which is the front side? And I'm going to blow these wheels off here a little bit first. Okay. I don't remember which side I had my washers on there because the thing had quite the lean to it. So the frame's got a little bit of a bend in it. I think that's these ones here. Okay, now where to put my Allen wrench? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I guess I could have just pulled the backrest off and just used it as a regular stool too. So. There. Yep, so I definitely could have used it as just a stool like that, but that kind of defeats my whole purpose here. Okay, let's get this thing put back on. Now it's a little easier said than done. Yeah. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. You know. Get them all in there kind of loose to start with, I guess. There's kind of a little cross-threaded apparently. Okay. Find something to hold this thing up for a little bit. Okay, I gotta find something to hold this thing in place here, a little bigger hammer or something. Just so I don't break the bolts off the other side. There. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back here in a second. I gotta go find a tap. I gotta kind of clean up the threads on the hole itself. I just gotta figure out what size this is. Be right back. Okay, we got a tap set up here, so I'm gonna just a 1/4 Thought it was metric, but it's not. So I don't know why the threads are. I know it was kind of tight pulling it out, so. Well, see how that works. Okay, we'll start at this back one here, I guess. Now, if I can just hang on to this thing so it doesn't keep running away on me. Come on, get on there. There we go. Holy crap, this one's got the same issue. Because that's the side that's been, I'll just tighten this other one up a little bit better here first. Just so it doesn't take off on me. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but well, that should be a whole lot better now. See if I can get this last bolt in there and tighten them up good. And oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why. I think from because the bolts were loose, I think from all that rocking back and forth and twisting, I think that's where the issue was. Let's double check these here ones. Oh. Ah. Alright, yeah, that's much better now. Just like a new chair again. Yeah. Alrighty, well, I guess we'll call that good. So, yeah, it's not. This is the side that was the problem child right there, but yeah, a little slop on the pivot on the back end, but no, otherwise, she's kind of stabilized a lot. Alrighty, so I guess that's the end of this video. So I just had to come up with something, and this happened to be what was being done. So here, might as well video it. Like I said, I wish I would have done that stove repair, because that was kind of an interesting ordeal, but I got things working. Yeah, unfortunately, you get those fancy new stoves. Good luck trying to fix those, all the electronics. That's why I kind of like all the old manual ones. Now it works, because I know we've been having problems with it for a while, where sometimes it burn your food and other times didn't want to cook it enough. And yeah, that's all the problem was. It's a bad connection on the wire, and cleaned it all up, put new connectors, and that stove's good. So now kind of revived this here chair, gave it some extra life again. So it'll be good for a little while anyway. So, but anyways, so thanks for watching, guys. So please, doesn't cost you guys anything, so hit that subscribe button. You know, whether you watch the channel again, doesn't matter, but even just having that one subscription doesn't cost you guys anything, so kind of help the channel out a little bit. Okay, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.